If you don't know what a chemtrail is, it's about time you opened your eyes and looked up. If you listen to mainstream media will have you believe that it's a contrail. Well, people, think about the jug in your kitchen. You boil that jug, that steam is water vapour, same as condensation. It does not hang around your bloody kitchen all day and all bloody night. A chemtrail is loaded full of metallic oxides. Just to name a few, you got aluminium, you got barium, strontium, cadmium. Just check out the effects of this on your health. While mainstream continue to keep you in the dark, people, it's up to you to start looking for yourself. As you see your mates, your family, your friends, your grandparents all start suffering, the ones with the weaker immune system, have a look at the symptoms. Is it respiratory? They are inhaling crap. If you don't know what a chemtrail is, take a look behind me. What you find up there is a chemtrail that was laid only about 10 minutes ago. I'll try and tune in there, it's a bit hard, bit distant to see, but there is a chemtrail. Take a good look at that, people. You are inhaling this crap. As the weather changes, the dust starts blowing, this shit starts blowing too. Can you get through a day without breathing? No, you bloody can't. Every living, breathing species is going to suffer. This water is being contaminated by these oxides. These trees over here. I pity any poor bugger that has got forestry around them. Beware of the fires as this oxide gets down, gets in the bark of these trees. Just got to look at Russia, look at bloody California, look around the world at these wild fires that are just taking thousands and thousands of bloody hectares away from the people. Burn, baby, burn. Here we go, Brisbane. How many of you are going to be coughing your rings up during this week? This is the 8th of September 2013. Our skies are being absolutely hammered in chemtrail crap. Right out there in the distance, there's two planes in action spraying the living daylights out of the atmosphere. Very hard to see, but I'll do my darndest to get this on film. You are going to be breathing this shit in. How many of you got that dry cough? How many of you got that flu that you just can't seem to shake? Well, here's one of the major reasons why people just cannot get rid of this bloody dry cough. Just having to have the camera up in the trees. People, be very bloody wary of the fires this coming up now in summer. Remember, what goes up must come down. These are oxides. These oxides can make fires extremely potent. The contrail that just does not disappear like a contrail does. People, this is chemtrail, this is oxides. Your lungs are being loaded, the soil is being loaded. Everything is being contaminated by this. Mainstream continue to keep you in the dark. It's for your own sake, your own health, your family, your friends, to wake up to the bloody global sabotage that is taking place. you know the words geoengineering, aerosol spraying, chemtrails? Not many. How many of you take the time to actually look up to the sky and realise what you're seeing up there is nothing but artificial cloud? Artificial cloud that is made by chemtrails. Chemtrails are loaded full of oxides. Just remember, what goes up must come down. The thing with this, you've got no choice in the air you breathe. You've got the choice with water. You can either get it out of the tap or you can get it out of a bottle. But with air, you've only got one option. It's all around you, but it's become absolutely polluted and nanoparticulate. The contents could be aluminium oxides, barium, strontium, cadmium, just to name a few. This stuff is coming down, people. You are inhaling this crap. Just look around you, maybe yourself. How many of you had a cough, had that respiratory problem, you just can't seem to shake a flu? This crap up here could be a major part of what is causing that. Those with their weakened immune systems, you really need to check it out for yourselves. For those unfamiliar with chemtrails and contrails, it's about time you understood the difference. A contrail is a bit like your jug. You boil your jug in the morning, that's water vapour, same as what condensation is. Does that hang around in your kitchen all day? No. It's the same, your exhaust on your car on a cold morning. Your exhaust is pumping hot air. It meets the cold air and that's where you get the steam. It's water vapour, condensation. You breathe on a cold morning. You can see the steam coming out your mouth once again, condensation. Chemtrails is on a whole different ball game. Chemtrails will come out of an aircraft. They can spread from horizon to horizon, or they can do it in a short squirt. But if you take the time to actually watch this stuff, you'll see it will not disappear. It will stay there and slowly spread. It will slowly spread and start covering the sky, as you can see as I turn around 360. Brisbane, your skies have just been loaded full of particulates. This is bad news. For the last week or so, Brisbane has been pretty streak-free, so to speak, but there's been chemtrail activity down in Sydney, there's been chemtrail activity down Canberra. Adelaide just broke a 125-year record. How many times do you hear the word record? People, this is because your weather is being manipulated, it is being played with. You can't help but walk down the street, walk through your neighbourhood, and you hear people, especially at night, the windows open, going to sleep, but you hear that dry, horrible, bloody cough. But you ask them, and they'll blame their friends, they'll blame every other thing, they'll blame the air conditioning unit, but they never take the time to look above them and think, Jesus, maybe I am inhaling something. Well, people, you are. You have got no choice in the air you breathe. Food, you can either buy it fresh or you can get it pre-packaged or whatever. Air, you've got no choice. You have got to breathe what is around you. When it becomes polluted with nanoparticulates that are invisible to the naked eye, but by Christ, you just do a little cough and you're going to hear yourself. You're going to hear your throat, you're going to hear your own voice sound a bit raspy or a little bit dry. That is the result of chemtrail crap. Only a couple of weeks ago there was a global march around the world. Brisbane, disappointing. We had 25 people turn up. We've got a population of over 2 million people. How many take the time to look up to the sky and realise things are not what you used to see many years ago? Mainstream media would like to keep you in the dark about this, but It's funny when you listen to the likes of the weather reporters, a lot of them who get out there in the field to go and do their little bit for the news, you hear their throats, you hear the dryness, you hear that raspiness. They too are inhaling this crap. Every bloody person, every living species on this planet is being affected. The scary thing is, these oxides that are slowly falling down can be an accelerant for fire. People, by Christ, for your own sake, if you live near bushland, just be bloody wary of what this can do. Just take the time to look at Russia, look at bloody California fires. These fires go rampant. Last year, I think Australia lost 675,000 hectares of land. A lot of that was agricultural areas. A lot of it run across the ground. People, it's one way to destroy your crops. It's one way to destroy your livestock. Well, once you become aware of what's going on in the sky, you're going to read things, you're going to hear things, and you're going to realise, Jesus, you're being kept in the dark. Don't be a mushroom. Open your own eyes and start looking for yourself. These oxides that are falling down, landing in the trees, these are like an accelerant. So when fire takes hold, no wonder things start going absolutely ferocious, out of control. You'll see colours that you've probably never seen before on fire. These are the oxides burning, the accelerants that get no mention on mainstream bloody media. People, you need to start taking alternative media and looking for yourself. While mainstream continues to keep you in the bloody dark, you've got to start looking out for yourself, your neighbours, your friend, your own family. For those of you who turned up for the Brisbane March, hats off to you. Let's hope next time, of all those people we did get in the ears of, we'll see a much bigger turnout. All those around the globe, once again, hats off to you. People who are blind to this, if only you could realise these people who are spending shitloads of time doing videos, putting information out there, this is for your own sake. This is for your health. This crap needs to bloody stop. Or at least we deserve to hear the truth. Children of today do not know what a natural sky is. It's time to awaken. Every breath you take depends on it. As you might find yourself in one of these places, a cemetery, laid to rest. Really makes me wonder how many of these people died before their time. Respiratory problem, the immune system. Those with the weaker immune system, you are at far greater risk of developing a flu you cannot shake. Just take the time to listen around your neighbourhood, around the shops. You're going to hear people barking like bloody dogs. The majority, a lot of them are not even smokers. The air is polluted. Earlier this week, we had one of our TV reporters. He's a fantastic bloke, but he headed out to the bushland, way out west of Queensland. Why did he head out there? Because they are in major problems. There was a major drought, and you couldn't help but feel for these farmers. These farms have been passed down the generations, and to see these poor buggers going to the wall is just devastating. Makes me wonder how many of them people out there actually realise what is going on with the atmosphere, the weather, this HAARP, this bloody chemtrailing. It's a deliberate ploy to nail your crops. It's a deliberate ploy to kill livestock. They want to control every bloody thing. Are you going to sit back on your bloody hands, or are you going to support the banning of geoengineering? It's up to you. Before I go, I'll tell you, just take some time to look up the words of HAARP, which is HAARP, High Frequency of Active Rural Research Program. Check out the words aerosol spraying, chemtrailing, geoengineering. There's plenty of information out there to just get you looking, and you're going to realise that Jesus, you have been conned. A contrail will disappear, a chemtrail won't. Don't join the thousands of people here in the grave prematurely that have been taken maybe before their time was up. The other thing with these oxides absorb the moisture. A lot of the time you're going to see what looks to be rain cloud moving on in, but you get nothing. But if you take the time to actually watch those clouds, you'll actually see them start to dissolve. As these chemtrails start mingling, they will absorb the moisture. It's the same on the ground. Have a look at your own ground. How dry does your ground look? Even just rub your hands together. You're going to feel like you've been playing with bloody cement dust. This is the oxides, the invisible nanoparticulates that are absorbing the moisture from your skin. They're absorbing the moisture from the soil. Everything is going to start struggling. We all take the sky for granted. We take water for granted. But ever stop to think that if the water's polluted, what are you going to drink? How are things going to survive? It's funny how there's quite a few of us who know about this stuff, but you mention to your friends, even your own family, they all think you're bloody nuts. But isn't it funny, when they get the flu, they start blaming every other thing. Maybe they too need to start looking up into the sky and realise maybe what they were being told is fair dinkum. It is fair dinkum, people. I wish I wasn't here mentioning about this crap. Like many around the world, who are trying to open up the eyes to the blind. It's a frustrating game. If only they could realise, myself, the likes of Dane Whittington, Max Bliss, PK, Christ knows it, there's hundreds of us. Just remember, people, every breath you take depends on the awakening. Once you become aware, you're going to see that just about every damn day your sky is nowhere near natural. The skies have become absolutely artificial with crap. All weather events. Nothing is natural. Nature's been raped. You've got to get that into your heads. Nature has been raped. For your own sake, just take the time and start looking up. Become aware of what's going on. Become aware of what you are breathing. Every breath you take depends on it.